Welcome to Money Management Mondays on Money on a Dime, where we make personal finance easy, practical, and most importantly, achievable. Today, we're diving deep into budgeting. Now, I know what you're thinking. Budgeting sounds boring. I've tried it before and it didn't work. Well, I get it. Budgeting doesn't have to be complicated and it doesn't have to feel like a chore. In fact, when done right, budgeting can be a game changer. In this video, we're going to break down how to create a realistic, simple budget that you can actually stick to. No more restrictive, cookie-cutter plans. Just real-world strategies to take control of your money. Before we even talk about numbers, we need to talk about your mindset. If your relationship with money feels stressful or you're constantly chasing your paycheck, we need to reset that. Money is a tool, not something to be afraid of, and definitely not something that controls you. The first thing you need to do is change your mindset about budgeting. Stop seeing it as something that limits you. Instead, think of it as a way to give you freedom. A well-planned budget tells your money where to go, so it doesn't control you anymore. Imagine this: instead of stressing every time you check your bank account, you feel calm, knowing that your money is working for you and not against you. It's about taking control, not giving up control. Step 2, know your income. Before you even start budgeting, you need to know how much money you're actually bringing in. And I'm not just talking about your salary. Do you have side gigs? Maybe you drive for Uber, sell stuff online, or have passive income from investments. All of that counts. Write it down, everything. It's tempting to think I know how much I make, but when you get down to it, there's often more money coming in than we realize. If you only count your paycheck, you might be forgetting about that extra $200 a month from a freelance gig or the cash you get from selling things on eBay. Be honest with yourself about all sources of income and get it on paper or into a budgeting app. Only once you know your total monthly income can you move forward with confidence. Step 3, track your spending. Now that you know your income, let's talk about where that money is going. Tracking your spending isn't about guilt or restrictions. It's about understanding where your money is leaking. Pull out your bank statements and credit card bills. Look at what you're spending every month. How much do you spend on groceries? How much are you spending eating out or ordering delivery? Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use? This isn't about pointing fingers. It's about being honest with yourself. You might be shocked by how much you're spending on little things that add up fast. Think about those $5 morning coffees or $15 a week on stacks. It doesn't sound like much, but that's $260 a year spent on something that isn't serving you. Now, once you have everything written down, group your expenses into categories: food, transportation, entertainment, bills, etc. This will give you a clear picture of where your money is going. Step 4, categorize and prioritize. Now that you have a clear picture of where your money is going, it's time to break it down into categories. This is where most people go wrong. They lump everything together and wonder why their budget isn't working. Here's how to organize fixed expenses: rent, utilities, insurance, car payments. These are non-negotiable. Variable expenses: food, transportation, entertainment, etc. These can be adjusted, but you have more flexibility here. Savings and debt repayment. This is the category that often gets neglected, but it needs to be a priority. Once you have your category, set limits for each. For example, you may decide to limit your grocery budget to $300 a month or spend no more than $50 a month on eating out. Prioritize what's necessary and remove or reduce what's not. This is where most people fail. They don't adjust. Adjusting is key. If your budget isn't working, change it until it does. Step 5, use the 50-30-20 rule. This is a simple and effective budgeting method that helps you balance your spending. Here's how it works. 50% goes to necessities: rent, utilities, food, and transportation. These are your non-negotiables. 30% goes to wants, things like entertainment, dining out, shopping, and vacations. You need to live a little, so keep this realistic. 20% goes to savings and debt repayment. This is crucial. Put this money toward building your emergency fund, investing, or paying off debt. This rule keeps things simple, and it helps ensure that you're not overspending on things that don't bring long-term value. Step 6, Make adjustments as life changes. Your budget is a living, breathing document. If you get a raise or lose a source of income, adjust your numbers. If you move to a new place or your utility bill spikes, factor that into your budget. Life changes and your budget needs to reflect that. Flexibility is key. Don't be afraid to revise your budget if something isn't working. If your budget isn't working, it's not a failure. It's a chance to refine it and make it better. Step 7, automate savings and debt payments. One of the easiest ways to stick to your budget is to automate your savings and debt repayments. Set up automatic transfers for your savings account and automatic bill payments for your debts. This way, you won't be tempted to spend that money. It also removes the mental burden of remembering to pay everything every month. It's out of sight, out of mind, and it's a smart, easy way to stay on track. Step 8, track progress and adjust monthly. Every month, review your spending. Did you stay within your budget? Where did you overspend? Were you able to allocate enough to savings or debt repayment? Tracking your progress ensures you're always moving in the right direction. If you notice areas where you consistently overspend, adjust your budget. Make your budget a living document that evolves with you. Step 9, stay consistent and stay motivated. The biggest secret to mastering your budget is consistency. No matter how hard it gets, stick to your plan. Every small victory counts. Celebrate the little wins, paying off a small debt, staying under budget, or putting extra into savings. These wins build momentum. Staying motivated is key, and the more consistent you are, the more confident you'll feel in your financial decisions. And that's it for today's Money Management Monday. I hope these steps help you create a realistic budget that you can actually stick to. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Leave a comment below with your budgeting tips or any questions you have about sticking to your plan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Monday.